felt like it was tough and they were fishing for little fish.
Right. They're fishing for anything they can catch. I bet that's pretty cool for the MLS, so they actually put 5 in the well now. You know what I mean? It's a whole new game.
Yeah.
Little flavor for them. Get to enjoy that. Different game to play.
Well, a bunch of them been fishing the opens anyway.
Right. Well, it's not like that's new to them, but I just mean at least it's new flavor.
I think Jacob Wheeler is fishing in the open. I think he actually
Wheeler's doing good. Wheeler's doing good.
Got one?
Yep, this is good. Decent little fish right here. It ain't a hog, but it's a good one. I will take it. Might be bigger than I think. Nope. Boat flip. A little fatty. Look at that belly. Oh, look at that. Looky here, right there, look at that. See that right there? Bam! Start casting for that green point.
Yeah.
Start kind of working your way back inside just a little bit. Not much, but right on that tip of the point and into those trees. It should clip that corner of that reef that's right there. Perfect. That's where both fish can go.
Throw him in. Alright. There you go.
Uh-oh, I got the one fish I wanted. Yes, that was all I wanted. One more. I just so caught on a drop shot today. We caught him on stand up shaky head. I got to show you right there that I do catch fish. Well, that's an SG. Here's a little guy, but thank you. Hey friends and followers, Michael McFarland here, the Lake Fork Guide, coming at you from the world famous Lake Fork. Listen, I fished this morning with a very good friend of mine, Mr. Joe Coker. It was an excellent morning. The numbers were good. We didn't catch any giants, but we caught them pretty darn good. We had a little bit of a southwest wind. It was probably a little stronger than I wanted, 14 to 15 miles an hour. We fished nothing but wind-blown shell beds and deep brush piles. Everything had to do with wind and current. Like I said, we caught them really good. So what were we doing? First, I'm going to tell you what I was doing. Two different baits that I was throwing today. The first bait I was throwing, Sandtone, stand-up piglet football shaky head in the 5/16 ounce with a Zoom Magnum trickworm, African special, soaked in the real-time rods magic reaction scent. They choked it today. It's all on camera. I'm throwing that on my 5-power rod, which is a 1225 MB 7'3" real-time rods with a Daiwa Tatula 150. Okay, this is a 7-to-3 gear ratio. It's quick enough to stay with those big fish. 20-pound fluorocarbon line. The other bait that I caught a few on this morning, I've been talking to you about finesse fishing on Lake Fork. Joe's going to give you the ultimate finesse fishing lesson here in just a few minutes. But here's my favorite way, one of my favorite ways to finesse fish Lake Fork. This is a round head Sandtone finesse jig. Okay, that right there is a 7/16. It's just shy of ½ ounce. I tip it with a Rage Craw chunk, green pumpkin. This color is called Natural Shad. I throw this on my real-time rod, MB 7'3" 4-power, which is a 1020. Okay, it's a 7'3" rod. Same thing, same reel. I'm going to do the Daiwa 150, but I do 15-pound. Remember, this is a much lighter rig. This is what I consider finesse fishing on Lake Fork. On the West Coast, this would be more like a heavy rig, but it's a 4-power, and I run those finesse Sandtone jigs on that rig right there. And as you'll see today, it catches them.
Hello, today I was catching them on a drop shot. I was using a Zoom finesse worm. Any red color will work. Red bug, red shad, red bug shad, tomato, any of them will work. This is just my favorite color right here. I was using a Temple Fork spinning rod, and I'm also using an Abu Garcia MGX reel, spinning reel here. And the line I was using for my fluorocarbon leader, I was using Gamma 9-pound test. I've been knocked out with this Gamma 9-pound test. I haven't lost any fish on it. I've used other brands, leader material, and even higher pound test, and it's real iffy when you downsize so much and finesse this. But this has been a really good line. It's not cheap. I will tell you that it is not cheap, but it's worth it. I've really, like I said, I haven't lost a fish because this line is broken, and I'm only using 9-pound test. Key thing is the drag. See right there, you've got to have that drag set where you can have a chance of putting them in the boat. Otherwise, you'll never see them. You'll never turn their head if you got the drag put all the way down. And another key thing was the hook that I'm using. I'm not using a circle hook or a mosquito hook like a lot of people use on the drop shot. What I'm using here is a Owner 1/0 rigging hook. It's the same hook, the smaller version of the hook I use on my Carolina rig, and Mike can tell you for a fact every one of those fish got hooked right where you want them, straight up the middle.
Yep.
And they weren't going in. They went all the way through, and it really helps you land those fish, because I was a big user of the mosquito hook for a long time, But like I said, once I changed the hook and went with this line, I put more fish in the boat. The key thing is I was using a decent sized leader today. Sometimes I'll go shorter than this, but it seemed like with the wind, we was pretty windy today. I used a little bit longer leader, and also I was using a 1/4 ounce drop shot weight. That was kind of key today because of the wind, so you could still feel it. And the way that they bit this today is that what I would do is I would drag it or hop it, shake it a few times to get their attention, and they would come up and look at it, and then I would twitch it, and that's when they would hit it. So you need to really pause a little bit before you shake it again. That'll probably get you some more reaction bites, and that's like that. Also, the other rig I was fishing, we're fishing a Carolina rig with a V&M Wild Thing plum apple. I had a few bites, but never put one in the boat with it. But I'm thinking that bite may turn on here real soon, so don't be afraid. Throw that big worm and catch a fish of a lifetime.
That's a big old nasty worm too. V&M Wild Thing.
Yeah.
And if I may add to this, folks, if you follow me, you know that I talk about not using the drop shot rig on Lake Fork. Well, what Joe has shown me today, it taught me today, I probably will break out some rigs in the future using this method, this line, and the way he goes about it. Joe caught the biggest fish today, and the rod line handled it just fine. So very nice. Thanks for sharing that with us, Joe. So that's my rundown for today's filming. It was a really fun morning. I enjoyed being with Joe. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comments below. Give me a chance to get back to you. Appreciate you watching. I'm Michael McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide.